Hello, my fellow Philadelphians. My name is Adam Lang, and I'm running for Congress. I'm here today because we share a common belief, a belief that government has been failing us, and it's time we do something about it. We see frequently in the news about financial crises. We hear how those in office are supposed to be helping us. We are to feel concerned that things in Philadelphia are going to get a bit tougher. They want us to forget that things were already tough before any of this happened. They want us to believe in change while they stay the same. My opponent, Shak Fatah, tells us to vote for Barack Obama because it's the change we need. The change we need. This is coming from a man who has been in Congress for over 13 years, involving some of the poorest areas of our city. A man who has been absent from votes over about 10% of the time. A man elected in a city with an atrocious murder rate who didn't even vote to put more cops on the street. If this is the type of person that is telling us about change we need, then Senator Obama needs to find some new friends. Let's talk about Philadelphia. Even when things are good nationally, we have the same recurring problems year after year. We don't feel safe to walk our streets, we don't feel comfortable to send our kids to public schools, and we have difficulty finding a good job in the city. That is unacceptable, and this is what I propose. First, we need to allow parents to choose a school best for their children and the information to choose it wisely. It is unfair to tell them we're working on it while year after year they graduate illiterate, if they graduate at all. This way, while the public schools are being fixed, parents have the option to send their children to a school with a good and safe education. Second, we need to create an economic environment that allows businesses and families to prosper. We should stop taking money from families that need it and stop penalizing businesses that want to create jobs. Living in Philadelphia, we see firsthand how a bad tax structure sends jobs away and the families following right after them. This translates to a national level as well. A bad tax code sends jobs to Mexico, Asia, and Europe. Next, we need to have the streets safe for the families that are going to work and school. We must enforce the laws currently on the books to make sure violent criminals stay behind bars. All too often, police arrest people committing crimes with violent weapons. Unfortunately, all too often, these charges are dropped, which puts these violent criminals back on the streets in under 2 years. We need to devote resources to prosecuting these charges instead of wasting resources on creating new laws that won't be enforced. So how does my opponent compare? For crime, he had the opportunity to enhance the Cops on the Beat program. I could tell you he voted on the wrong side of the issue, but I can't. He didn't even show up to vote. For education, Fatah touts his education grant program called Gear Up, which wasn't even renewed for Philadelphia students. He also had the opportunity to ensure access to student loans. Again, he didn't vote yes, he didn't vote no, he didn't show up to vote. And then there's the economy. He had the opportunity to address the housing foreclosure problem. Take a guess what he did. That's right, he didn't show up to vote. The thing is, this list goes on and on. A bill on energy, missed it. Environment, he missed the bill to protect our beaches. He even missed a vote to pass the budget. Shouldn't your congressman work as hard as you do? Let me tell you a bit about myself. I grew up in a working class family. My dad was a laborer and chose a union job whenever he had the chance. My mom picked up jobs to help make ends meet as well. I didn't always get to see my dad growing up, but I knew he was doing what he needed to put food on the table and a roof over my head. My parents showed me that if it is important to you, you work hard for it. My brother, sister, and I, we were important. My neighbors are important to me. Philadelphia is important to me. The United States of America is important to me, and that's why I'll work hard for you. That isn't all that my parents taught me. Back in the 80s, times were tough for my family, as it was for any family that relied on manufacturing for a job. There was a time where we were on food stamps and had government food. I can still remember that the canned beef that we had, if you had a little bit of barbecue sauce, it tasted all right. But things got better. Dad found a good job as a tool machinist. One of the first things my parents did when my dad got back to work, they went down to the government office to try to return the food stamps they hadn't used yet. They went down there and, the lady in the office said they didn't have a procedure for taking back food stamps, so there was nothing they could do. But my parents tried. Even at a young age, no more than 10 years old, I remember asking them why they tried to give the food stamps back. My mom looked at me and said, well, your dad has a job now, and there's some other people that could probably really use it more than us. Parents taught me to not take more than what you need because others may need it more. Unfortunately, the United States now has a financial situation because people in government and people in Wall Street have taken more than they need. The immediate solution from Washington is the infamous bailout bill, which my opponents voted for, twice. The hypocrisy of this legislation during the campaign season is staggering. In debates and campaign material, we constantly hear talk about fair taxation, paying one's fair share, and even the redistribution of wealth. With the Economic Stabilization Act of 2008, Congress has accomplished one of the largest redistributions of wealth in the history of the United States. Representative Fattah and other supporters of this bill have taken money from hard-working Americans and redistributed it to Wall Street executives. The exact same executives that are still taking $500,000 corporate retreats on our dime. How does Representative Fattah think that taking money from hard-working Americans and handing it over to reckless bankers means paying one's fair share? Apparently Representative Fattah thinks that fair share means it's fair to have us pay and share in his mistakes. This type of behavior and poor decision-making needs to be removed from our government. I will work hard for you in Washington and Philadelphia to bring the word people back into servant of the people. I will work hard to be a leader of our Republican Party to help bring forward the reform and policies necessary to make our city a better place. Policies like ethics reform that our Councilman Rizzo is working for in City Hall as well. I need you in the coming months and years to stand with me in this endeavor. We must work hard to take back our city from those that are harming it the most. Trust me when I say this, I will work hard for you. Thank you, and vote November 4th.